not?
Before we get started.
Okay.
We're gonna do a quick one. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Too late.
You better whisper one in your head. Done.
Jesus be with us. Yeah, it grew me.
What about for the people trending grow?
Right. Because Trent grew me.
Not about that.
Welcome back, y'all. It's Global Unlimited Podcast. Y'all can't see my face, but that's not important because what's important is y'all see these lovely young lady faces up here today, and because the show is always about my guests. So we do have some special guests today. I just got to ask this guy's. What's her name? Sorry.
Farrah.
Farrah is actually interesting questions now. Everybody know I play my theme song to Louis. And she said, "What about people that's not from Trenton?" I said, "I apologize, but this is my show."
So that's what we let in, and I'm like, okay, Trenton grew me because I'm a Trentonian.
Exactly. So today we have here Queens of Success.
Yes.
Okay, it's actually five.
There's
Six.
of us.
It's six of us.
We have for y'all today,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll start with
Celeste Blackman Hardrick.
Talia Harvey.
Stephanie James.
And Farrah Major.
hello, ladies. How y'all doing today?
Good.
How are you?
Welcome. It's been a minute. I'm trying to get y'all over here to the show to talk about what y'all got going on and everything.
Tell me again why it took so long.
Me and Talia in conversation back and forth.
Don't do that.
On Facebook and messages and stuff.
Mhm.
She told me I've been real busy though. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like this past Saturday, I had an event this past Saturday.
House.
House music.
Yeah.
In Morgantown.
Burlington, El Portico.
It was in Burlington.
Yeah.
El Portico.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
North
location.
meets South.
Yeah.
So we had a northern DJ chill.
Okay, this is our second one.
Yes.
We got
Yes.
one a few weeks ago.
No, it was
a year ago.
Mhm.
That was the first
Yeah.
one a year ago, and it was in Hamilton.
Yeah.
We had that.
So
Yeah.
it's the annual thing.
So no, it was
That-
back by popular demand.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to pass out there.
Off
good.
the hook.
It's
It's really nice. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Really nice.
One of the reasons why actually I come on the show is that we have an event coming up this Saturday. Actually, Men Cry in the Dark. Is that the name of the event? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes,
Yes.
that was or is the name of the event. We actually had to postpone the event just because of some logistics, and we want to make sure that whatever we do is done in excellence.
Right.
And
Successfully.
successfully.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Preparation is the key to life. So with that preparation comes planning, and when things don't fall into place the way they need to, and it gives you enough time in advance that that that's happening, then you can pull back, and sometimes you got to reevaluate. And so that'll be coming in 2020.
Yes.
Yes.
So what is that event based on? Like, what is it about? 'Cause I saw the title, I was like, okay, we do Cry in the Dark.
That is what it's based on.
Yeah. So
That part.
I know you're interviewing us. We're on here, but so you being a male and that title actually drew you. So why were you drawn to that title?
Because the main thing is the masculinity part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, men, especially a black man, pride and all that. We feel like we can't cry in front of our loved ones or in front of anybody, or show any type of weakness. But I'm saying, over the years of my experience, I'm saying, that's far from the truth.
Yeah.
And I mean, like when I was growing up, telling your father that you loved him, I'm saying, it was like,
Yeah.
But I tell my father I love him every day. I
Yeah.
tell my sons I love him every day.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I kiss my sons on the cheek.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But because the fact that pride is a big thing in our community, especially with black men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So showing some type of weakness in the community, especially in the ghetto, I'm saying, in the hood or whatever you want to call it, I'm saying, is a no-no.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I seen that title, I was like, a lot of, as a man, I know we hide a lot of stuff, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. You know what I mean? We don't know how to let that stuff out. So.
Well, see, I think one of our main goals is that we don't want our name to be deceiving.
Queens of Success.
It's Queens of Success, but the queen is concerned about the whole family.
Right.
Exactly.
So that means that she has to be concerned about her king as well. So the pretense behind that event was to give the men in our lives and other men who, that they're connected to or however far it stretched, the opportunity to actually address some of those taboo topics, like saying I love you in public, or telling your sons I love you, or kissing your sons, or showing emotion, showing affection, because we're always creating platforms for women, but who creates the platform for the man? And if we're going to be concerned about the whole family, that means we have to create platforms for the men, the women, and the children.
It's a family. It's a unit. Me coming up in the nation of gods and earths, there's always knowledge, wisdom, understanding, which represent all three parts of a family. Saying man, woman, and child. You know what I'm saying? And without any of the elements being there, there's always a breakdown. So it always causes mad conflict and issues. But my question actually is, the organization itself, where did it come from? How was it created? And y'all have two members that was not here as well, right?
Yes.
And what's the names?
Tamita Brockington and
I
Kiana.
attacked her already.
Right.
Okay.
Kiana Black.
And Kiana Blackman.
So how was the organization created?
Oh, well, actually, it was birthed in Farrah's basement, family room.
We're all first cousins.
All first cousins,
Oh,
except for Kiana.
Except for Kiana, who's her daughter. So
who's
she's
my
our
daughter.
second.
Oh, you Kiana mom?
Yes.
I know
Yeah.
Kiana from years ago.
Okay, all right.
Like,
Yeah. Kiana's mom. That's how I get it always. Either I'm Kiana's mom or the twins'
Wait,
mom.
so let me find out you stuck in her house. Like,
No, that wasn't me.
I was gonna say that's
Oh, no, he's like,
I'm telling you, like, you look familiar.
Yeah.
Like,
she looked Kiana.
Yeah, Kiana.
Yeah,
Kiana. That's my twin. Yeah, she's on her way. She had to work late, so
Yeah, she always worked. We used to work together.
Okay.
So you say it's created?
So one evening we was like, okay, let's get together. We're gonna sleep over Farrah's and we're gonna do a vision board. And so we brought all of our newspaper clippings. We bought all of this things just to kind of sit and we did a vision board, and we all looked at the vision boards and like, okay, there were some similarities, but then there was a lot of differences.
We each went through our vision board, so we had to verbalize what we put down, and then discuss how we were going to make that happen.
So what's the vision, the overall vision for was this a nonprofit or is it INC or
LLC.
LLC.
So it's a profit.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. We trying to get some coins.
So what's the overall vision of the organization?
Well, it's multifaceted.
Yeah.
Because you said, how did we come about? When we did this vision board weekend, and being that we're all family, this is blood here, one thing that we were all consistent with was that we wanted to create another stream of wealth for our family. And we wanted to be intentional about breaking some generational curses in our family.
Yeah.
So one of our major goals is to be as healthy as we can as individuals, and then collectively, and then let that stretch as far as it can stretch, to help other women.
One thing I do like, because it's a saying, family and business don't mix. And it seems like that's the only time that's being said is when it comes to our people. I mean, people like that, people African American. Because you see any other culture or group of people, there's always their businesses started with their family and passed down to their family.
Yeah,
So it's another thing you're trying to break down that
stereotype.
Stereotype, exactly.
Yeah. Because right along with that, when they say family and business don't mix, they say women can't
Work together.
Yes.
And we,
Listen, I don't know some situations.
No, but we're all
It might
about
not be good in
collaborating,
that back room
with different
sometimes.
organizations and with sisters, and I think it was birth and our thing to reach, to rise, and to reign is just to educate other women that we can do this. I do have a couple of friends that said, they came to a couple of our events. It's like, I like the way y'all structured because everybody's coming together just to, you know, support or just to have a good time. And it's no competition. It's no, you know, animosity or everything. It's just pulling sisters together to have a good time.
And we're not like superhuman.
Right.
You know, you know. So, you know, but the thing about it is we have a mutual respect for each other that goes above even the love we have for each other.
Right.
So we're able to agree to disagree. We make sure that the platform leaves space for each person to feel heard and for each person to share ideas and, you know, their thoughts and be respected,
Right.
you know, and then come together in a collaborative effort to, you know, make it happen.
So what's individuality as far as y'all go? What is y'all like? Y'all have like like certain positions y'all play, certain roles. Like,
Yes.
So what will be your position and?
So I'm the chief facilitator of programming.
Okay, so explain it to the people that know.
So in that sense, because I personally wear a lot of different hats, like I'm an ordained minister. So, and I'm a counselor.
So get married, come here and get married.
They can. I marry them, I bury them, I counsel them, all of the above. In my 9 to 5, I am a counselor. So, but one of my gifts is teaching as well. So the programming that we endeavor to do, like that's my responsibility to kind of search out different programming and bring things to the table to say, okay, well, let's add this to our events, or some of the educational pieces that we like to add to our events. Even when we're having teas, we're always trying to educate in everything that we do. And then our humanitarian efforts that falls under my realm to try to make sure that we stay relevant and we're on the pulse of, you know, what's going on in the community so that we can meet whatever need that we're able to meet, you know, to impact the people, period. Because we're trying to service everyone, not just women. Right.
So you're a counselor at a school, or you're not a you're a counselor?
Right, not in a school. I'm a drug and alcohol counselor. So I get my referrals right now through this Board of Social Services, and I'm in Ocean County.
Okay. What's up?
So my job.
Real quick, as we go along, just introduce yourself again so people, because like me, I'm bad with names.
Okay, so I'm Stephanie James, and I am chief of photography and social media content.
All right. We buddies, I like that.
I'm Talia Harvey, and I'm chief of events, which goes along with choosing venues, picking venues, where we're going to have things, how we're going to decorate, you know, all that good stuff.
And I am Celeste Blackman Hardrick. And I just know that Blackman is because I'm Chertonian, you know, and I just have to let you know, but I know that Blackman name, you know, because I started out as an entrepreneur. My father was the first Black entrepreneur downtown Trenton.
You mentioned your store just now.
Yes.
Miss Howard.
Blackman's right on Boutique.
Okay.
Yes. So
Shout out
have,
to Uncle Ira.
yes. I have the entrepreneur spirit, but here with Queens, I am chief financial officer. So
you have the money.
Yeah. And we're for profit. I actually, in my day job, I work for a nonprofit. So financial literacy, education. So, you know, I have the pulse of corporations and schools and those type of things. So I just trying to bring in like 20 some odd years of business. So over 20 some odd years of business. So I just try to bring that to the organization. And then, so the house party, different events, as that we say, just making sure that, you know, we, you know, trying to keep the doors open, you know, keep that money flowing. Exactly.
I know
yeah.
I've been through that.
Yeah.
I know the nights where it's like, it's not looking good.
Exactly. Like, maybe we should have switched to a nonprofit. No, but no, we're for profit, you know, so.
Nonprofits so much like paperwork. And,
it is. It is.
It's so much red tape and everything.
Yeah.
Going on. Like, we're working with Miss Howard. I just see like all the stuff she has to do behind the scenes to keep this place running, and all the kids she want to, all the things she want to do for the kids. Like, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's why I help her.
Well, see, and that's the thing. And so basically that's what us collectively, you know, we want to pull resources together. We want to be able to have the income so that we can, you know, impact and help, you know, organizations like hers or other organizations that we can collaborate and partner with.
So you say you financial literacy.
Mhm.
And then now, earlier we speaking about you do that, you take it to the schools for K to 6.
Actually, I work for a nonprofit called Junior Achievement. That's my day job. Been there for 16 years, 17 years. And so what we do is financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship. And it's our curriculum. Actually, we're having our centennial, 100 years with the organization. But we take the curriculum, which is a curriculum developed by us, and we partner with the schools and businesses. And because we're not nonprofit, different organizations partner with us because it's a part of their citizenship or community. And so they give us dollars so that we can present it to the schools for free. So we give our curriculum to the schools for free. It ties in with the core curriculum standards that the schools have to teach, but it's volunteer based. So it's
not a mandatory curriculum right now.
Right. But because of the curriculum changes within the state, they're looking for us as a resource, looking to us as a resource because we do meet the standards.
So what's the curriculum based on? Like, is that some of the things you do to teach the kids as far as financial
budgeting,
investing, and stuff like that as well?
soft skills, real life stuff. So in kindergarten, they're learning about themselves. First grade, they're learning about wants and needs, community. They learn how to do taxes in the second grade. Yeah, or that they have to pay. I should say this, that they have to pay taxes.
Okay,
so they worry about governmental workers and different things like that. But then starting through our 5th and up, it's all about the STEM program or different, different, whatever ties into the curriculum. That's what we teach. Yeah.
And you said you've been in the organization for 17 years now?
With the company for 17 years, yeah.
And basically you lead by example by y'all starting your own company.
Right.
And showing them like, well, this is how it's done.
Right.
On a woman point of view or side of it.
Well, and that's what it is. And being honest, I don't know who's everybody. I don't know who's all gonna see this because some of my colleagues may see. But basically, it's like, okay, I have all this wealth of knowledge in business, and I worked for them for 17 years. Love the organization, but now it's time, as Farrah stated. I need to prepare my family and the next generations, other families on the gifts and skills that I know.
Right.
So what better way to do it is with my sisters, my family, and then reach the masses, and make money from it. Yeah. That's ultimate, because I'm making money for my, in every day. And if I could redo it, I started out as we stated, I started out as an entrepreneur. My father down there. So we were going to school. I was in the shop. I learned math by doing.
Right.
Because I was in there. that's how I learned about tax. You know what? Yeah. So when I went to school, math was okay because my father taught me how to do tax on a dollar, on a quarter. But for years, and then we go into a company, and no matter what, we're building that company. We're because of my stewardship, because of my brand of who I am, I'm representing them. You get all these corporate partners, or you get all this business, and it's like, okay, well, I need to do that same thing for me, because for our brand, I am the brand. So if I could do it for this organization and help them to prosper and make money, then I could do that as well for myself or for my family.
And I think the other, piece to this is really changing the perspective of our people,
right,
and kind of debunking a lot of those stigmas.
Yeah, we stuck on those stigmas. Like we were just talking about that earlier. How in the school systems, we still taught to go to school, get a job, and that's it.
Right.
Right. A lot of the trades is not being taught in schools no more, because we went to school, we learned how to do wood shop.
They took it out.
Cooking,
yeah.
Luckily with the new high school, they brought a lot of that stuff back.
Yeah.
So even some extra more up to date stuff, far as technology, they got like a full studio in there.
Yeah.
All that type of stuff. So bringing that back to our community, showing our children that instead of being a worker, you can be a boss or your own boss.
Yes.
More or less.
And that's yes.
Because the frame of mind people have now is a slave mentality. You go to the field and work all day long, go home, and get up, do the same thing all over again.
Right.
And spend your coins for everybody else.
And so it's that you say that, because now at this I'm not gonna say my age, but at this I got 3 kids. Now I'm in the mindset whereas like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. I want my own, that I can, make income and then do my own hours and everything like that. Where I think we have to teach our kids earlier on that yes, college is good, school education, but there are things that you can do to make money and be an entrepreneur. Look, as we see some of these young kids, I think I forget her name, young black young woman has her products in Walmart. She started out with hair care or something like that product, like that. Yeah, I forget her name, but just letting them know that, you know, you can, whatever ideas that you have, you can turn those ideas into a business, and you can turn that business into a career that you like or love to do.
Exactly. So right. Work this way every day.
Exactly.
Having ulcers and coming home drinking alcohol.
And then coming to my office.
You're trying to get them before they go to her.
But you said another key thing too, though, is, you know, about our coin.
Right.
And keeping it in our community.
Exactly.
You know, because a lot of other nationalities, you study them, you look at, you know, how they pour back into their communities, like how the Jews do it in Lakewood per se.
Yes.
They done took over the whole town.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you have the Indians in Edison.
Mm-hmm.
They done took over Edison. You have the Hispanics in Somerset. You go down Route 27.
Right.
It's all Hispanic home, you know, and that's because they're keeping their dollar with their people.
Exactly.
We're the only ones who do not
want to
keep our dollar with our own people. So even when we're doing events, we're mindful about the person who provides my desserts is my cousin who has a baking business.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The person who assists Talia with decorating is another African American sister or brother who has their business. Okay.
Right.
The person who provides some of my clothing, that is, you know, how we have the monogram shirts on and things of that nature, is another African American sister who has her own business. She by Sheree. Shout out to Shalimar Fisher. She does a lot of things for me as far as, you know, clothing. But I always look for, along with, you know, my sisters here, opportunities to give my dollar back to either my sister or my brother.
Right.
And we also, at most of our events, we have vendor slots where most of our vendors are small business, African Americans, even from right here in Trenton. Shout out to Tina Dent with Simply Dented, with her custom jewelry and journals and things. Yes. Her sister actually is the owner of, or I'm not sure if you said owner of the conservatory here in
on State Street.
Yes.
State Street. Okay.
Yes. So, you know, we make sure we reach out to our people so that that dollar in that room is staying in our community until we create our own room.
Exactly. So you build your own building, own space.
Exactly. Because that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
So you handle all the events as far as planning and structure and
She know all the hot spots.
all the hot spots.
I know where to go.
I don't do that. I don't do so much of that. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You always listen to that. That's me. You both listen to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying event planning and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's used to do the parties.
Look, look at him. He's like, don't talk about those parties.
Bring it all back. Yes, that was me.
Those parties. Those parties.
We don't do those parties. Queens of success.
let me sip on that.
But she's also multi-talented because she's one of the most creative individuals I know.
Yes.
Exactly.
When it comes to taking a blank palette as far as a venue and turning it into
Whatever your vision
your vision
Yeah.
is, you know.
So let people know how behind the scenes, like how much work that is. Like, me personally, I know. You know what I'm saying, from the setup to the breakdown.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
For each event, you know what I'm
It's a
saying?
lot of work, and it, you know, thank goodness we got our team. You know
That's the
that.
most important thing.
I have a good team, but it's 6 of us. So 6 of us. Some of us have children. Some of us have full-time jobs. Some of us has 2 jobs. You know, so it's kind of, you know, like sometimes we do have to go outside to get other people to help us because you know we run busy.
We make it
But
work.
but It works.
It works.
Right. We
We
make
get
it
it
work.
done. Yeah.
But it is a lot. It's a lot. You talking to this person, making sure the dates is right, making sure this person's bringing this and that. So it
So you handle
event-
like all the research, the foods there, all the vendors and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Events.
Yeah.
From the
Events.
beginning to the well, collectively, you know, all decisions are made between
event and everything. Everything set. You pass it on to that one name. Sorry,
Stephanie.
Stephanie. I forget that. That's his name. But you pass it on to Stephanie so for the social media promotion and marketing, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
So what platforms do you use, like far as other than social? So I know social media. What platforms you use on social media, and what else you use outside of that as well?
We're on Instagram, Facebook. We use Wix.
For website?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you can go through there and then you know, purchase your tickets and view our calendar for our upcoming events. What else do we use? Trying to think. I think those are the main ones that we stick with.
Instagram and Facebook and anything
Facebook.
like that?
Mhm.
Facebook.
And
Instagram,
Twitter.
And
Twitter.
Twitter.
And Twitter.
Twitter, and
Usually,
then our website.
Yeah, website. Yeah,
And what
website.
our
What website is name of the website?
It is queens-of-success.com.
So it's actually that, no period or
No,
a
dash.
dash.
Mhm.
Okay. The Queens of success.com.
Yeah, right.
That's you got it.
I can remember that. And Miss
Brockington.
To me,
keep shouting y'all out. I mean,
Yeah, she ready.
She's ready.
She like
put me on.
Everybody's like to pat you
Oh,
in, so-
to me to
She's
send
a-
it, ask to join so he can patch you in.
Yeah. She's in actually Virginia,
Virginia.
Yeah, she lives in Alexandria.
but she
so-
travels, so she's here every time we have an event.
She's
If she
Yeah.
was, she was just here Saturday, because if she wasn't here Saturday, she might have tried to travel up for this.
Right.
You know, that's why you patch her in, because
Right.
you know, she has a husband and 2 kids, and
Right. She
and
has
it's
a
like,
family as well.
every time family we get together and stuff. Tamita lives in
I know.
Virginia,
But
but
be like, "Tamita,
she's
yeah."
always here. Like, yeah, because
But that's-
big
that's the
family,
bond
close
is
knit,
Yeah.
love.
close
She's
knit
our
family.
chief of communications.
Team communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right, basically, it's self-explanatory, but explain to people exactly what does she do. If y'all can, one of y'all can.
She'll do our Facebook outreach. So any type of promotion, or if we need to get information out, it goes through.
It goes through
Tamita.
her. So
Mhm.
that promo that you see, Men Cry in the Dark,
Right.
she placed that up there.
Oh, and actually,
Yeah.
going back to that, her blog post, which is titled "Men Cry in the Dark" too, actually jump started that conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
check out our website
Yes.
and hit the blog and look
Check that
up
out.
Men Cry in the Dark, and then Farrah piggybacked on that.
With the mother-son relationship.
Okay. And so, Kiana, what's her role in this? In the
Chief of
organization?
merchandise.
Chief of
Yeah.
merchandise.
She
Yeah.
handles all the
She handles the merch.
Yeah. The merch.
Yeah. Yep. We have it all. So we gotta make sure she gotta make sure inventory is correct. With
Mhm.
you see, we're wearing all of our
So,
queens that
Mhm.
we did different we have mugs,
Everything.
bottles, everything.
Everything sold on the website and online and everything.
Yes.
Yes.
What we have is on the website. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so she handles all that.
And we try to introduce a new product with every event.
Yeah.
Every event, so you have to okay.
Mhm.
So with the last event, what did you have for the last event?
Well, we didn't do vendors for the house
No,
party.
we didn't have but we marketed our own t-shirts.
Yeah.
So we all had house party t-shirts on, like Monsters Lift Every Voice. Yeah. Hey, you know, so
For our ladies' tea, we had our t-shirts and the water bottles.
the water bottles, yeah.
Mhm.
She's trying to actually how she's doing. I'm trying to figure out myself. Like,
Because I know she itching to talk.
Yes.
She
I
is. That
I
is
have
her.
no idea how to help you guys.
Right,
'cause I've
reason
been
why
live
she's chief of
twice
communications.
ever.
Look,
So I can't help you.
Look, I can't help you either. Look.
Stephanie?
Tell her to jump off and then jump back in, and it might ask her if she wants to.
Oh, she can hear you.
Oh, okay.
No, she's
So
here.
to me, to
No,
jump off, jump back in,
No,
and
she
then
wanna
they ask you if you,
speak.
yeah,
You actually come up
it
to live,
asks,
then
it asks you if you want to join live when
Okay.
she comes back on.
Okay, you know something from your husband.
Actually, that was Tia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
My
y'all be
sister
having
Tia,
group.
shout out Tia Thomas. She goes live for everything. Okay, she needs to be. I don't know, Steph. She might need to be your backup. And she goes live
Come
for
on.
every little thing.
So how long you been in photography?
Let me see, since 2009.
So now,
Yeah.
you went to school for it, or is it self-taught?
Pretty much self-taught, and then at our church we had a photography ministry, so I joined that, and I got free training there.
Shout out up under like
Right.
Exactly. New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Okay. So I did that for
That's right.
so I did that for a few years, and then my side business, my other one.
other
we
multiple
have so-
streams, people, multiple streams.
Yes, multiple streams.
Yeah. So I do have a photography business as well.
And you have a blog, Steffi
Mhm.
Speaks. Steffi
Steffi
says.
says.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's funny. Like we're collective, but each one has so many different gifts
Yeah.
and talents. Besides what we offer together for Queens of Success.
Right. And we complement each other so well.
Yeah.
That's why it works.
And that was part of the conversation too, because at one point we were just like, why are we giving our dollar to all of these outside people when we have all of the gifts and talents in this
Right
family
here.
to get anything
Mhm.
done that we need to get done?
Right.
So that
Here
really
and
was
there.
one of the
Yeah,
motivators.
Yes, because we will be in somebody's kitchen quick, like
Right.
Hair, everything.
Each
It's
other's
like,
hair,
like,
everything.
And if one of us
everything.
don't know it, we'll be like, you know what?
Call
Get back to me in a
somebody.
couple weeks. I'm gonna figure it
I
out.
got you.
Exactly. Let me check this out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we get it.
yeah, she's paparazzi.
Yeah, I do. We
Jewelry.
all do multiple
Yeah.
things. Paparazzi, party
So
planning.
we'll be like,
events.
let me check out this video real quick, and I'm gonna show you how to do it.
And I do.
Right?
Yes.
YouTube is
Yes.
bad.
I go right on there.
So actually, all we need is somebody to donate a building to
Oh,
us.
Jesus.
And
Sit down.
we can do your wedding, we can do your baby christenings, we can do your baby showers, we can do your hair, we can
Everything.
and we can throw down in the kitchen. We ain't just cute, we can cook.
Right.
So you can get your catering. All we need is a building. So
Yeah.
how
that's where
how far do your audience stretch? 'Cause
Wait.
somebody in the world, if you're watching us and you feel compelled
To donate us a building.
yes,
Just hit me
to
up.
partner with us,
Mhm.
donate us a building, and allow Queens of Success to excel and go to the next level
Yeah.
and continue to create programming and educational opportunities and provide all of these services that we're talking about tonight for the community at an affordable rate.
And
Right.
right.
Please,
And
please hit us up.
And so we're talking, and we're not just, and we're talking about multiple communities.
Right.
Because, we have, a community, Burlington, community, New Brunswick, to meet us in Virginia. So it's like the vision is huge. It's just
Yeah.
not the immediate community, so yes, they donate the building and say the building is here in Trenton. Okay, so that's the headquarters, but our reach is going to be all far as it can, state to state,
Yeah.
city to city.
I got a question I want to ask you, everybody. I want you to answer it individually.
Okay.
How y'all feel about the stereotype that women can't run a business or handle a business? How y'all feel about that type of stereotype?
You see us?
Right.
Do you see us?
Okay.
You know, 'cause people always,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a man and woman issue. You know what I'm saying? And then, in today's corporate world, they choose a man over a woman because that he's just a man.
And I have to say, and I'll start off with that because I am in corporate.
Yes.
So I'll start off with that. And I'm seeing more and more, whereas powerful Black women or just powerful women in corporations, high corporations running it and doing what they need to do. Now, yes, it's stressful. Yes, because they don't get the same respect as that counterpart that man would get, but it doesn't negate they're still doing the job and they're still getting it done as a woman.
You think the pay is equal as well? Or
No.
is it still
No,
like
absolutely
unbalanced
not.
pay?
It's still unbalanced.
We're still working that part out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And but you know what? But I have to say, in certain organizations or certain structures,
We've made strides.
we made strides, and we
Absolutely.
are getting more of a dollar because they're rather, and that's a stereotype, but it's true for corporate America. And sorry, I do work in the corporate America, and I don't want to offend anybody, but they'll look to have a powerful woman as opposed to a man to take on that position because they feel more intimidated by that man than they would that woman. So that that kind of varies.
Hi, ladies.
Hey.
Welcome to introduce yourself real quick.
My name is Kiana Blackman, and
We just talking about
I know.
Yeah.
I hope good things. I hope good things.
Right.
No, yeah.
We talking about you and the merch.
Oh yeah, I'm the merchandiser. You want
T-shirts
you want to
and
come see
mugs,
me for the mugs and t-shirts and stuff. Yeah.
So that's why I asked a question. I want everybody to answer originally. Since you just popped in there now. So next up,
Sorry, I had to work
no,
late. I'm
No,
sorry.
you told me you're good. We're welcome. Right? As long as you're here, so that's the important thing. How do you feel about the stereotype when people say that women can't run a successful business or handle a business?
Well, we beat that stereotype. We beat that. Yeah. It's all about if you respect one another, everybody brings something different to the table. And just as long as everybody's on one accord. It's no jealousy, no hate, nobody outdoing the next person, Yeah, we beat that.
So we genuine because she wasn't even here in the conversation.
Exactly.
Right. So you just confirmed everything that we said before you got here.
So
Hey,
it's authentic. This is not rehearsed.
This ain't rehearsed.
I think women, well, I know women don't get enough credit because most successful business, whether it be the husband coming home bouncing ideas off of us, you know what I mean, or whatever it is, we have something to do with the success, in one way or another. But we just don't get the credit for it, and we're working to stop that because it's unfair. But I don't think we'll ever have the pay. I don't think we'll ever have the pay. I don't. So? No, not in here in the United States. We won't have.
But we worldwide, so maybe in another country. Look.
I mean, because as long as this country ran by certain individuals,
right.
I mean, because they rather,
We know.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
Our other queen is trying to join.
We know.
And she's trying to get it together.
She said it's no join button because
I use my laptop instead of going from my phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
so she might not be able to because I'm going from my laptop to my phone, so it might be a different.
Yeah.
Because mobile. One of y'all ladies go live.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Stephanie?
I feel a woman can do
You
anything.
got the trunk on the bed?
Right.
Yes, I said, why is her trunk? Yeah,
I must have hit the
you
thing.
hit the.
No, you wouldn't get something for you left it open. Maybe.
No, for Tanetta.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's open. Do you have anything in it?
You're the wrong hood. You doing that?
So the other special set of skills we have is I'm an old soldier. It's like riding a bike. Like, we don't forget. Okay?
She just celebrated Veterans Day on Monday.
Cool. Genuine, okay?
I ain't know I left it open. Yeah, I had something in there, but I ain't
Like
nothing
leaving else
nothing
in
of
it.
interest.
No. Okay.
No, my
Well, I
laptop.
closed it in the lock.
Go ahead.
So I think a woman can do anything. I mean, we bring a different set of skills to any organization. So we think different. We handle the details different. And in terms of getting equal pay, I think we can if we create our own lane.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we determine our worth. So that's how I feel about it.
I think if we just become determined to be the best version of ourselves and not necessarily set out to outdo a man,
Right.
you know, because I'm what you call like maybe I have a split perspective when it comes to
their personality, like real.
no, those,
You're the counselor.
Right.
those are the people on the other side of the desk. Okay,
That's why she's so good.
because I can identify. You know, I'm just saying. Whereas, you know, I'm a little old school, but then I do still, you know, have a bit of the new school as well. I try to be balanced. I think that if we just watch shows like Black Girls Rock and
anybody-
we showcase
Anybody out there can get me tickets or to get us tickets to go there, please.
if we do a better job at showcasing all of the amazing Black women who have broke ceilings, who have made their mark in their businesses, in their corporations, in their fields, you know,
Humanitarian
I just
efforts,
think that
everything.
absolutely. I just think that our story is not told enough and on as broad of a stage as the male story, and that's why people still think that, you know, we're behind the eight ball. We're you know, we're still bringing the rear up. But there is some dynamic women out there who are doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and we just need to highlight that.
Yeah.
For example, and I think it's that time and age where, like you said, the word of the matter is, what you said about not trying to outdo a man, but working alongside of a man.
Right.
Especially
Absolutely.
your significant other.
Right.
Shout out to my wife Terry. Like when we could do the show.
Oh, we shout May top.
My wife, yeah, I shout out.
Yeah, you were right. You sit around here. Look.
Shout out to my husband Brian Major. Love you, man.
And my husband David Hardy. No, just kidding.
Shout out to my future boo. Just put that out there.
Put it out there.
Shout out to them.
She runs like she has all the food and all that.
Nice.
I can't be in two places at one time.
Right.
I mean, she has everything from the prep to the, you know what I'm saying? She does have to help her, like my uncle come in. Cause like I say, I have a situation where my family's involved in it, so I'll show as well. Like my uncle's there, my aunt's there, my wife is there, my son is there. You know what I mean? So
Build that kingdom.
Yeah.
Right.
exactly.
Absolutely.
And my nephew was there, and he was like, "I like coming to the show." Said, "It's not. I bring you here for a reason." I'm saying, like, this is a business. I'm telling you how to run a business.
Right.
I know how to be an entrepreneur. I mean, you're gonna enjoy yourself. That's part of the event, because you're supposed to enjoy yourself. But look at all the stuff we got to do on the back end.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm saying, we got checks and balances. Like, all right, we did all this, and how to turn out. That's what we here to do. Like, we really make some money. Enjoy ourselves at the same time. Make some money. Like, so we got to look at all that stuff. You know what I'm saying, in order to be successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, the situations where, a lot of women try to outdo their spouse or the man, you know what I'm saying, in this type of in this crazy world nowadays, and kind of get them shut down, because men do get really, really easily timid by a strong woman. I've seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? And they be real quick, like, you know what, I'm about to shut her down and get her out of my way because she's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's how this society's ran, because it's not an equal thing. It hasn't been equal for hundreds of years since we've been in this motherfucker. So, I mean, it makes it 10 times harder for y'all. But it's a beautiful thing to see y'all come together like this. You know what I'm saying, build something to the point where it's be unstoppable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And just to piggyback off of that, three of us, Tamita, she's on there, Farah, and myself, we're married. These are the singles. These are the singles, but our husbands are invested in the organization as well. So they do help us with our events, they do help us with our events and the different things that we have, and they're very supportive. What are you doing?
That's a big thing. That's a big thing, because spouse support is a big thing. You know what I mean? I've been through that a couple times about relationships where significant other or girlfriend, wife, whatever.
How many times you been married?
I'm a second marriage.
Oh, okay.
Second marriage.
You said a couple times.
Well,
Like you about to say about 3 or 4.
My ex-wife stood up to a span of 10 years while I wasn't married.
Oh, okay.
She got married about 7 years ago. So
7 years?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This past July. So and
Congratulations.
Yeah.
July what?
July 3 is my birthday. Actually.
Oh, okay. I'm July 2. My anniversary is July 2. That's how I was trying to say. We got a lot in common.
Yeah,
Shout out to your wife. She's doing a thing.
Yes.
And me doing as hard as I do with my business, it kind of ruins some other relationships. But my wife understands, like, this is what I do. This is what I love besides my family. And unfortunately, nothing's going to stop that.
Yeah.
So she rather
Support.
and ride with me. You know what I mean? And to try to shoot me down. So that's a big thing.
It does take work.
And it's a balance.
You gotta have a balance. Yeah.
Because even in her supporting you, she can't lose herself.
Oh no.
And a lot of
I don't
times-
allow her to either.
Right.
I don't allow her to lose herself. So
That's good.
when it comes to certain things like situations, like I always make sure I put my family first. You know what I'm saying, well, for business, whatever, no matter what, that's my backbone. That's my foundation. I gotta put that first because without that, I wouldn't have anything I have now as far as the success of my business. So I'll make sure she's happy. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, that's what they
Absolutely.
say.
That's one
Absolutely.
positive of us, the large group that we have is 6 of us. So, if one has to.
I'm like, damn meetings, y'all.
No, but it really doesn't go down like that.
It's opposite.
All the bitches getting shouted out in that room like, bitch, you crazy.
No,
not this group.
No, I'm saying no.
The only people that may have some cuss words in it is me and Talia. That's it. They don't
Right.
curse.
That's
Just us two.
No.
I'll let one
Well-
slip every now and then.
Look, I ain't gonna sit up here and say no. Every now and then, I try not to.
Sometimes what happens is, the oldest of the group kind of pulls that card.
Put a foot down, like,
Yeah.
We ain't gonna say who the oldest is.
But that's part of what makes it fun too about being family and being in business. Because when you come to those tough moments, you can always like fall back from the business and be like, okay, we family.
Right.
Let's have a little moment, right? A little family moment, and then we can get back to business.
And then with it being 6 of us, if one has to.
Yeah, Mita.
Can you hear us?
Okay.
Okay.
You can jump in anytime,
We'll get to you
baby.
in a second, actually, because the mics is real loud, so we'll get to you in a second, all right?
You can turn mine up on the side.
So with it being 6 of us, say one person has, say Farrah, who has younger children. Go ahead. So she needs to.
What y'all laughing at?
Farrah putting my business in the street.
I'm using Farrah as an example. So if she has some commitments, then she can go handle them. On the other 5.
And then we pick it up.
Take care.
Yeah.
Just like now.
Right.
Except for the counseling stuff, because don't ask me.
We don't want no lawsuits.
Don't ask me for that.
You can't see
Mm-hmm.
No, they say I do. That's not my intention. No.
So we all can't see each other on a daily basis.
For my
so.
family.
hesitation.
Yes,
Now-
it's not presented as counseling though. But I know that I'm being counseled.
We get a talking to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fat, what names again? What's
Tamita.
Tamita? You hear me, Tamita?
Yes, sir.
All right. So they
Yes.
explain to me a little bit about your part and everything that you do for in the company. Can you explain to people a little bit what you do in the part your role in the company of Queen's Success?
Sure. I am the chief of communications. And so what that means is I usually choose a topic, whether it be sisterhood, love and marriage, love and relationships, the Men Cry in the Dark blog I started that, I spearheaded that just from conversations with different men that I had. And I just wrote something up to just encourage the men and just start some real deep dialogue. So that's what I do. And I talk a lot. So I communicate in writing and talking on Facebook and books. And yeah, that's what I do.
So books. So you have you written a book yet, or you?
Hey.
I have written 3, and I'm working on a 4th with my sister Farrah sitting right next to you.
Okay.
And my first book should go to publishing, I'm gonna say early December.
Okay. What's the title of that one?
Marriage is not a fairy tale.
I need to read that one. It's crazy 'cause,
you probably need to read them all, but you definitely need to read
yeah,
them.
that definitely going to be on my shelf. Like, I work constantly reading these things, so look forward to for that coming out. They say you be running back and forth from Virginia to up here, like in a hot skip and a jump, like you on the road constantly.
Yes, I am. I am.
They're gonna designate
For the
her
past
own
12
lane.
years that I've been out of.
See, so you heard her say the past 12 years she's been out in New Jersey, but other people in New Jersey don't even know. They like, oh, she in Virginia? Yeah, she there.
Well, it's just like that. One, just a little more backstory to us. So we are family, but we are first and second cousins. So we are brothers and sisters' children.
Right.
And we've been raised like this all of our lives. You know what I mean? So it's nothing for me to be. I mean, if I lived in Hawaii, I would find a way to get home to my family.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or do the visit in
And I
Hawaii?
know
Sound like
that.
better.
Certain family members.
We just came back.
They might not feel like that, but this is my unit right here. You know what I mean? Like these are the people that I literally grew up with from the womb, except for Talia and Kiana because they're younger than me. But when they got on the scene, this is my unit right here. So yeah, I'm gonna be home.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I was explaining to you, to the rest of the queens here. I love the way y'all got the family foundation. I'm saying going on because it's a lot because we lost that over the time. You know what I'm saying? Passed down, not only just staying together as a family, but also creating a business and preparing to pass it down to the next generation.
Right.
So they have something. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Building that wealth. You know what I'm saying? The long-term wealth instead of just here and now. You know what I'm saying? Paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we didn't retire at 65 or whatever, and getting a pension or Social Security or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the
if it's
scary
still
thing.
around.
That's if it's still around. That's what I was waiting to say. Until you finish, it may not even be around from that. Then what? Because like our parents, grandparents, and stuff. That's what they did. They were vested. Like my mom, she worked for General Motors. She retired after 40, 45 years or whatever. Collecting pension. But it's like now, with society the way it is and the government, who knows who's to say whether your children or my grandchildren or whether will even have anything.
I will in March of 2020. I will.
So she's putting it out there.
I'm putting it out there.
You be pregnant?
Yeah.
You're making our members.
Yeah, she fireballed after she said my grandchildren.
I was like, hey, I was speaking it into existence, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
You know this boy, girl.
It's a boy.
Yes, I feel that way too.
Yes, because we is girl heavy.
Yeah.
Your family seems like your family is dominated by women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strong black women.
Dominated by women in more ways than one.
Yeah. So even with that, for the married folks, but even for them, and I don't want to just emphasize the it's like that's how you grew up under that umbrella. So when you take a spouse or a husband, so which leads into to me this book, you have to, these are all these things that you saw or were taught that you have to kind of break free from because it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we raised, our generation, probably generations before me was raised, go to school, go to work. You know what I'm saying? and that's it. Take care of your family. You know what I mean, it wasn't it's like only certain few people wanted to start their own businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And stuff like that in our communities. Now it's like it's worse than that because all of the stores and the property is being bought up by other people.
Yeah.
So you're not even owning anything anymore.
Nope.
In
Right.
our community.
In our
Not
community.
exactly.
Yeah.
And which makes us, once again, the
Gentrification and
biggest-
everything else.
the
It's
biggest
just like,
consumers of everybody else's product.
yeah.
We spend billions.
Yeah.
Our own community, we can invest that back to us. Is it all right? You
Yes.
lost it?
No, she's
Oh.
here.
Uh-huh.
I'm
No.
right here.
Yeah, no, yeah, and we have the most powerful dollar,
Right.
Right.
but yet we
So we don't bring our dollar together.
no, we
And
don't
That's
have.
the
I think
Right.
what we have that I am aware
It
of,
does
and I
not
could be
recycle
wrong,
in our
but we have
community.
two black-owned banks that I know about. One's
two,
in Philadelphia.
One in Harlem and one in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yeah,
I know about the one in Harlem.
yeah, and the one in Philadelphia, yeah. So I'm
Mhm.
like,
Because
all these people. I ain't trying to
But
talk
there's
about
money-
nobody,
no,
but
you're right. All these black
all these
people
that you have all this money. Like,
Yeah,
why are you not
mhm.
creating,
Financial-
banks,
Yeah.
or
Financial institution for
financial
our
institution for us? Yeah.
And I think, I don't knock missions efforts abroad,
people. Mhm.
but there's a lot of missions opportunities right here at home
Right.
that people do not invest in, engage in, and pool resources for.
Mhm.
But yet we want to pat people on the back for going over to India and, taking missions over there and, other foreign countries. At some point you got to
Think about
take care of home first.
No, I totally agree with you because there's a lot of celebrities, a lot of people. I guess I shouldn't say no names, but
Yeah, I was being real
Generic.
real cautious about.
They go to the other countries. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong going back to Africa. You know what I'm saying? That's where we originated from. But I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. You know what I mean?
What are you doing for Trenton?
What we doing for
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got
Yeah.
cities from cities that's torn down, Chicago, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And they,
From the riots
Yeah.
that they have never built back up.
Never built back up. You know what I'm saying? We have to, it just keep going in my head for some reason. Like, I would love to see another Black Wall Street. Like, you know
I
what
was
I'm saying?
just thinking that.
Yeah.
That's something we need.
Come on, let's make it happen.
Hey, that's what we look.
How about, a lot of people watch that Rosewood movie
Mm-hmm.
and didn't realize, no, this is actual fact.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And we need to understand that. Okay, for example, I'm going to tell you how the Jewish people do it. They go, they buy a piece of property, and they plant their church first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And after they plant their church, all the congregants in that church, they utilize the church's nonprofit status to buy the property around them, and then the church leases the property to the congregants until they paid it off, and now
It's
they're
their
all
business.
homeowners and they've created
Mhm.
their Rosewood.
Right.
Why can't we create our Rosewood?
Mhm.
That's what I
Our
want to know.
churches ain't built
Right.
like that. So to say, they not built like that. People have their own intentions and agendas. And I don't knock religion, anything like that. I'm not a very religious person.
You
I
sitting
do
too
have-
close to me to knock religion.
No. I have
No, you're in the military thing.
I'm not a religious person. I do have faith. I believe in higher power and everything. But I don't. I mean, it's so much stuff going on in religion nowadays. It's hard to really, for people to get into the way it should be
Right.
taught. The way
Without
it
getting-
should be distracted or
Right.
sidetracked. You know what I mean? Because everything in this country is all about the money.
And without getting too far off track, it really is not about religion, it's about relationship.
Right.
Even when it comes to your spirituality, it's about relationship. First, that
The church is
relationship.
in the building. Is the people.
you go.
Exactly. And the sooner more people
People
realize that
then the
and
better
work
off
on
we'll be.
them and be mindful of what they bring to the collective, then we can get somewhere,
Exactly.
But not enough people
Yeah.
oprate from that
Same
perspective.
thing. A lot of people don't think logically, basically. Though.
Mhm.
You say it. Go ahead, Castle. You say it. And preach at the same time.
Right. I'm working my sermon notes out for next Sunday.
To give an example right here, that's what's up. People love it. I mean, my people love to hear real talk. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're all about. I bring people onto my show that's about building not only themselves up, but the community. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Building up businesses and you know what I'm saying? Being very mindful of the welfare of our children.
Mhm.
Because that's where we at now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna do what we do regardless. But our kids is the ones that going to suffer.
Right.
We don't do the right thing now, and then we got to teach them how to do certain things. That way, they don't come up in this society lost. I'm saying broke, unappreciated.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is what we do here at Global Unlimited Podcast. Here at How We Set the Choices. You know what I mean?
And
We build up
so
communities.
what we're endeavoring to do is reclaim that.
Right.
As we empower ourselves, as we empower other women, so that they can now empower their children and their children's children in ways that we were not, or ways that have been lost
Yeah.
because of that lost generation.
Mm-hmm.
I thank God that I had my grandparents, both sets,
Right.
and several of my great uncles and aunts to be able to impart into me. Whereas now, today, the youth, today, their grandmothers are younger than me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell my age either, but I'm sure I'm older than what I look like. You know,
Let it know.
you know. But
I'm 46, and I'm glad to be 46. I'm glad to still be in the land of the living.
that's right.
When I say
I'm
that,
glad
God
to be in her
speaks-
age bracket.
Absolutely, I'm 46, y'all.
Look, she's I'm 46. I don't know what they talking about.
Well, see, this is going,
Do not disturb.
far out. I don't know. One of my clients might be on here. I can't give too much personal information. Right.
Hey, I heard it. I seen you. I seen you last
Wait a
night.
minute. You how old are you? No, you're not doing that. Right. You have to respect what I say when I say it. Okay.
But what I also do like about our family and our family structure is, like Farrah said, we were taught, so by grandparents, and then so those things were instilled, right? And so so we passed that on, whether some of it was good, some of it was bad, but we passed that on to our children. And so, like Farrah was saying, the lost generation is just like they don't have that. So it's going to take, like, we're that next. When I look at that, I'm like, okay, when she talked about aunts and uncles, because that's who I came up, they were like, like my brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, I'm hanging out, but they impart a lot into me, so which I passed on. So I'm looking at now I'm them, because grandparents aren't here, I'm them. So I have an obligation to now reach down and say, okay, to those coming, to them or anyone else, like, okay, this is, and so then they need to be passing that down to this little one or to the next one or whatever.
She happy.
Yeah,
Because she ain't never think this day was going to come.
No.
Woo.
So
Yeah.
we're the change makers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. So when is the next event coming up, actually? Talia? Special event, right?
Again, the Men Cry in the Dark will be coming in 2020. We haven't solidified a date for that, but it will be early 2020, January, February, around there sometime we're shooting for. We have our little conference coming up in January. So
what's the conference about?
no, it's
Our retreat,
our retreat,
so that we can kind of come
recap
together.
and see. What else? We have a lot slated for 2020.
But to wrap up the end of the year, we're going to be doing some drives.
Yeah, we want to
give back.
Yeah. So anybody out there, donations or whatever, because we're gonna do a
because it's cold, y'all, and we want to give some coats and
stuff,
clothes
and it's cold,
hats and
everything.
whatever.
Where can they donate that stuff to? Like, they can touch with any one of y'all?
Yes.
Or...
Inbox Queens of Success, inbox Talia Harvey, Celeste Blackman, any one of us. Inbox us on Facebook, and let us know. We'll come pick it up.
Yeah.
Let us know. If you have anything, because it's cold.
Our email is queensofsuccess@gmail.
Yeah.
So
the website again?
queens-of-success.com.
So, and Stephanie's going to actually put a donation button on our website for this next venture with trying to collect items to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll be closing our
Closing the
year.
year out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just closed my year out with my last comedy show. Cause I don't like doing the things on holidays. That's to me, that's family time.
Yeah.
We run all year. Even though it's winter and I hate winter time, so I I'd rather be spending it at home with my family. So since I'm home anyway because it's cold outside.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So
Like,
the house
can't
party
take
was
this
actually
cold.
our
Last
original,
event.
our last
Yeah.
closeout. Yeah, because it was supposed to be Met Friday Dark, but the house party was the last closeout. Yeah.
I mean, we can throw in a cabaret. Y'all want to, you know?
She's just trying to get
She
all her
trying to
party
get
out before
all
this
this
baby
party out.
comes.
Before she look like she carrying one.
Right, that part.
What Farrah said.
I'm
She
being
can't-
adult.
she can't be
You
in the
tell
club,
me
boy. That's not what
I'm
God.
gonna be all weird.
That's
That's all
what we're
black.
not
Like,
doing.
That's we're not doing that.
Remember that, like not counseling moment, but counseling moment.
Yeah, that's
You
the.
just got canceled.
Yeah.
You ain't even know it.
He's waddling on the dance floor.
Get right minute.
You got to outvoted. He's not happy.
Tamita is also a life coach.
Oh,
Also,
right.
yes,
Yes.
she is.
Well, Tamina, should you give out your social media to everybody or your contact information?
Yeah.
Get in touch with you real quick.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Say again.
So give all your contact information out and your social media information. I was just informed that you're a life coach.
Oh, yes. I'm on Facebook as Tamita Thomas. I'm on Instagram. I mean, Tamita Brockington.
Wait.
Sorry.
I was gonna
She done got bit. Wait a minute.
Ronnie, what's the answer? You like, right here, Dr. Cool. Gmail is Tamita Brockington at Gmail. Yeah, that's all my sites.
Okay. Yeah, she just said to me,
It's Tamita Brockington, not Tamita Thomas. Brockington.
You know, Tamita, you. I don't know if you heard me.
That's our maiden name.
Yeah.
No, she's been married for 11 years, 10 years, 11 years. She's not
12 years.
12
They 12, they 15. I'm 30.
years.
Yeah. Yeah. 30 years. Oh, Jesus.
It was good though. We
It was
just
good.
celebrated her 30 years in Hawaii. Had a renewal.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Her
Thank you.
vows almost made me cry. And you know I'm not the crier of the bunch. No,
You're the hard
she
rock.
almost got me.
So who's the crier of the bunch?
That one.
That would be Tamita.
No, seriously, I'll text her. I'll be like, could you cry for me right now?
Our bleeding heart over there.
I think this situation calls for tears. I just ain't got them.
Tamita.
Okay. But now you see what it's like working with family.
Yeah, no
Just
doubt.
authentic, just real, just
Yeah.
you know.
And don't get it wrong. Don't get it
But we get
twisted.
stuff
They,
done.
yeah, we get stuff done.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they get aggy at times. You know, and it's like okay.
Hey, Aggie.
You know,
That be
I'm
you.
just saying.
That be you.
I want to just look. I said that. Look, I said that to invoke.
She be on.
Hold up.
Look, I said that
She
to
be on
invoke
10,
them. You know,
Everybody be on 5.
because they be like, that's why I said that. Just to like, because they be like, okay, take it down, Celeste. Take it down. Yeah,
Because she's a perfectionist.
You know, it's crazy. She was here a whole hour and a half early.
That's what I'm saying.
Whole hour
Tell
and a half
everybody.
early. I pulled up.
I was here.
She
I
was
was sitting outside.
see, she was sitting outside, but
What?
Here.
Hold on. I put up-
She got hit.
I
Trip
I
505.
saw 2 cars out for hers and
505.
Yeah, go get a snack.
Y'all hit me up when you get here. Somebody yeah, they hit me up.
I didn't. I was
She was working.
I
thought I put this on.
It's
too much going on.
She said, is it open? I'm like, yeah, it's open.
He's like, who are you? I'm like, I'm here for Queens, but I'm early, real early.
It's never a dull moment. with us,
No,
though.
she's here.
What had happened was
Sorry.
People are saying, what is they doing?
I know it's technical difficulties. Okay.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
So, what is the overall goal for Queens of Success for the next 5, 10, 20 years?
To reach, rise, and reign.
Yeah, motivating other women to reach their fullest potential, to rise above the status quo, and to reign over everything they set out to do.
Look at that.
and have that impact multiple generations.
To follow.
To follow. You know, just planting a seed.
Yeah.
Planting
Queens
it.
beget queens.
Yes.
I love that. Definitely. So next year we're coming back 2020 with Men Pride and Dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
Live.
Yes.
It's gonna be lit now.
Is it a function or like what type of event?
It's a function.
It's a function.
Yeah, like the man cave.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
No women.
Experience.
No women.
No women
So
in
it's a
attendance.
conversation
No.
with
Just
men
start
for
any
y'all.
and then we out.
Because sometimes, like you said, men get timid. You know, they don't like to share with women.
Right.
They don't like to show their vulnerable side. So we want to create a space where you can go and
Talk to your fellow man.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
And we're gonna
And-
have
Go ahead.
a different array of male facilitators to kind of steer the
Mhm.
conversation, like like they did in the man cave.
Right.
Brothers bring up a topic and throw it out there. You have a genuine conversation, and then let it organically flow.
Right.
Yeah.
But in a safe place where the men could actually
Relax,
kind
relate,
of
and release.
absolutely like women do, because that's
Yeah.
what we do.
That's what we do.
You know.
That's the hair salon and nail shop
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But y'all got
Right.
the barbershop, don't
Yeah.
you?
Right.
Yeah. In the barbershop.
Yeah, I was gonna
So,
say y'all got the barbershop.
If you
Wait,
read
y'all-
the two,
But the barbershop, I mean, you do
Is
that,
it
but it's not.
masculinity?
It's
It's more-
masculinity.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
like
it's
when
not.
when you
Y'all
first
ain't about to
came
cry
on
now.
and we
That's
talking
not-
about
You can't cry in the barbershop.
Nah.
right,
Mm-mm.
right.
Loud in the barbershop.
Tom Hanks said, what's that? Leave it at home. There's no crying in
Baseball.
baseball.
No.
There's
No
crying in the barbershop.
No, you can't do that. You can say, but it's crazy because you have a son, you to the barbershop. First thing a man tells him to stop doing is stop crying.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So ain't no crying in the
Yeah,
barbershop.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
So just a safe place that whether you're married, single, young, it's like you said, your sons or whatever, that maybe not too young, because some of the topics may be a little bit too much for
oh no, my son's 18.
Okay,
20,
yeah.
so-
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no, yeah, raising that man, yeah,
so-
Then we can eventually bring the men and the women
together,
together.
With some real talk.
some real talk.
Mhm.
It's a real
Absolutely.
building,
Yeah.
community building.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's what it starts at with us.
Yeah.
So it starts at home and then branch out from there. So building that family structure back up, where now the kids
Absolutely.
ain't out here disrespecting everybody.
Exactly.
Suing their mama.
Woo.
Exactly, exactly,
Yes,
brother,
ex-
listen.
exactly.
Because we never raised like that. Like,
No, we weren't.
Sure was it?
Times you did something, you got behind from the top of the street, all until you got home.
Look,
Listen,
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't told your mom and dad that
and
they
you
went
got
you
whooped
behind.
again.
You got whooped again.
look, my hood was on. I was on Olden. So that's my hood. Olden between Clinton and Dickinson.
That's a lot of butt whooping.
So that's right there. So you can't, you could go this way or that way, but you look, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 6, 7 houses. So you needed to be right. In between them, something was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Mhm.
they checked you.
Yeah.
And then if your mom was working, she came home and they told her what you was doing, you got it again.
Check it
Oh,
out.
You got
Listen,
checked
so-and-so
again.
down the street
She-
is like,
Because
I'll
you
tell your
know.
mother.
But
Yeah.
What?
the
Down the
thing
street,
about it
next
was
door.
you didn't disrespect, like you knew you messed up.
right.
So you didn't, come out.
Lash
Now
Yeah.
I see, and it's sad because I'm in the areas and stuff like that. I see first graders, second graders, where parents are disrespecting them, calling them all kinds of names
Right.
at first and second. So, but then you see them in school, or so you see them and they're doing the same thing. They're just emulating what how can
Cussing
you,
out their kids like they grown.
yeah, like how can you get mad at the kid? Because the kid really don't know. That's what the kid's been taught.
Taught at home. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. And, one of the things that I always try to, impress upon different parents that, I deal with is that the day and age of do as I say and not as I do is over.
It's over with.
Yeah.
You that do not apply. That's this generation.
Everything's visual right now.
You have to be the example
Exactly.
that you want to see in
Exactly.
your children,
Mhm.
because these children are challenging in a way that we never were.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these children are not allowed to get beat like we were.
Right.
That's the problem. That's why you can't.
Yeah.
Right, right. That's why you can't do as I say, not as I do, because they don't get whoopings.
Oh man.
Right.
Listen, you
Brothers
can
is this big, moms.
you can hear what
That's
right.
at grandma's house down the block. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Shout out
I'm
to
in trouble.
Joyce. 'Cause
Right.
I am who I am today for
Yeah.
them.
Exactly.
Woo,
Exactly.
thank you.
And in order to impact this
She put the foot
generation
forward.
that we're attempting to impact, that's coming behind us too, we have to be real with them. We have to be authentic with
Right.
them.
Yeah.
We have to stop acting like we
You never did nothing
messed up,
wrong.
we
Mhm.
never did nothing wrong. We have to take off all the masks and say, listen, I blew it.
Yeah.
I blew it here, here, and here.
Yep.
But guess what? You would have never known it unless I told you.
Right.
Okay. So let me show you how I came back from that shame.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Actually,
Instead of pretending like I never had
I
a
do that with my youngest son.
shame to begin with.
Tomorrow.
Mhm.
I do that with my all the time because he want to start his own business. He want to be a physical fitness trainer.
Mhm.
I said, boom, that's what you want to do. Like I got your back 100%. I'd rather see
I
you
need
that
that.
working bummed by his job.
Right.
He's going to hate because he called me the other day. I'm like, what you doing? I'm saying about my second job. He said, word? Like, yeah, I said I can't stand this shit. You know what I mean? I said, I'm doing this so you don't have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because if I'd have done what I wanted to do when I was your age, I wouldn't be at where I'm at now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love what I do right now as far as all this,
Yeah.
but I hate going to the dumbass jobs every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I explained to him, like, listen, do what you want to do. Go to school, all that, but make sure when you get that piece of paper, whatever you do, make sure you're able to start your own business.
Yeah.
If you need to fall back on something, cool. You got a backup plan.
Right.
You better start your own, man. Build your foundation, start your own. And then whatever you need from me, I got you. You know what I mean? I talk to him like that because I don't want to see you out here every day all day because that stress leads to a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A whole lot of stuff. You know what I mean? They come see you after a while.
Exactly.
Or in the hospital.
Right.
Or,
Hospital.
yeah. Health.
Or,
It's
my age, you know what I mean? I tell me I'm 43. My age out there in the streets, think you're 18 again. You know what I mean? Then next thing you know, you're back behind the ball.
Man,
You're too old for all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
So,
that's the same, the same thing I'm trying to teach my son, especially like simple things that we don't think of. Like we played games just to play games when we
Right.
was kids, because they weren't as sophisticated as they are now. But I'm saying to him, okay, you like video games? Learn how to do coding.
There you
Learn
go.
how to develop your own game. And you see how you want me to give you $60 to go buy this game to play? Somebody could be paying $60 to play a game you developed.
Right.
And if enough somebody's buy that game, then your resources could be limitless.
I said to my other son that too, because he's a gamer. He's always behind that game. But he's going to school for once he get out of high school, he's going to college for computer science.
Nice.
You got to do something with it. He goes
Nice.
behind that game.
Yeah, really.
Make
Makes sense.
money off
Yeah.
it.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's nothing like getting paid to do something you enjoy
Enjoy to do.
doing.
Yes.
Because it's not work.
Exactly.
It's a pleasure, form of pleasure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's form of satisfaction because now you enjoying everything you do. At that point, you're doing it a whole lot better because you love it.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that we should be able to eat from the gifts and talents that we were born with.
Yes.
Yeah.
The purpose by which you were created outside of just worship unto God, the gifts and talents that he bestowed upon you, you should be able to eat off them.
Right.
Yeah.
And that don't mean going to punch a clock 9 to 5.
Exactly. I hate punching clock.
Mhm.
My wife tell you all the time. Like I tell her every day on the way to work, everyone she's going to. I'm going to this dumbass job.
I hate it.
Thank you, Mr. Charlie, for your couple dollars, but I can't stand it.
So, but before we wrap this thing up, y'all want to get any shout outs, any hellos, especially if you see your husband. I know, of course,
I shot my husband out already, but listen,
Any
you can
last
never
thoughts,
do it
anything
enough.
I want to put out there real quick. We just start going around the room because y'all
I don't have any.
quiet.
I don't like to have
It's not
anything.
like,
I would say, check us out on our website, queens-of dash success.com.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram,
Somebody blowing you up.
Facebook.
What happens when you got kids?
Send us an email. Like if there's some topics that you need us to discuss or
Anything you like to see from us, to need from us,
Yeah.
hit us up.
And also just put a plug out there to other women, organizations, and businesses that, we're interested in collaborating with
Yeah,
you.
that's what I was gonna
Because,
say.
if we come together, we can make
Exactly.
a more powerful impact
Mhm.
than just, us individually doing our thing.
Right.
And there's no insecurity here where, I'm going to be hating on your shine.
Right.
Let's shine together.
Shine together.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Yeah.
And I shine,
You shine.
he shine together. Y'all know about that. Yeah.
Because we work. There's some working women here.
Yeah.
That's hip hop. I know about that.
Hip hop out of the bunch. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tamita?
Anything, Tamita? Any last thoughts or comments or anything, real quick?
Of course she does.
She's gonna go for a minute.
No, just thank you for
Yeah.
the opportunity and the invite. Thank you for
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
to us, having an awesome conversation, just trying to know who we are, getting our name out there. We appreciate you. So just thanks.
You're welcome. No, thank y'all. Because I wouldn't have a show without guests. Like I can't get up here and just talk to people like by myself on camera. I can't do it. I need to have a conversation with people. So once again, shout out to y'all. I'm saying shout out to the things y'all doing. And that is the blog talk. So, but
And hopefully in 2020 we'll be able to do some collabs together.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm here. I'm saying I'm not going nowhere. I love what I do. I love working with good people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said,
Absolutely.
Since that makes sense, we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
it happen.
Yeah. So I
Be
guess
sure to pass on our calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll pass on our
Yeah,
calendar.
definitely, yeah. Make sure tag me on all the social media and everything. I'll make sure I share everything. I mean, y'all do any physical flyers and stuff like that?
We do.
Yeah, let me make sure I get
Okay.
information as well.
Awesome.
Will do.
So y'all good? No shout outs? Hello, goodbyes, anybody?
Goodbye. Just, you know.
Hi, Mom.
All right.
Hi,
Fendi.
No, just thank you. Thank you. And check us out on our website, social media, collaboration, anything.
Conover strong.
Yeah.
Our bloodline.
Kind of strong.
Conover.
Well, Thomas is
He's like, wait, let it count.
Wait, say what was
I said Conover
Conover
strong.
strong.
That's the bloodline right here.
Okay. I like that. Don't be
Not tonight. That's not what we're doing tonight.
No, we're not doing that tonight. Yeah.
I like a match behind the doors out of But once again, y'all, it's your boy Just here doing the podcast. Shout out to Miss Howard. I'm saying we are here at Howard's Healthy Choices.
Hey, Miss Howard.
Thank you, Miss
Thank
Howard.
you, Miss Howard.
Yes.
Greenwood Avenue. I'm saying the old Bridge Library. This is where we at holding down the podcast. Besides mine, we have the Kids Podcast, Kids Speak. It's a podcast that I produce for the kids. Their own platform. They have their own subjects, their own topics.
That's cool. That's really nice.
Yeah,
I need to sit on the net. That's really nice.
Getting them out there, teaching them about media, I'm saying, and giving them a platform to tell their stories, how they see our society, you know what I'm saying, through their own eyes. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all tune in there every Wednesday.
Get Elias and Micah on that.
Say again?
I was telling Tamita to get Elias and Micah in on that.
Brianna,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
too.
Definitely. We
We
love it. We
Have our
love
own show.
it.
Yeah.
As always, shout out to my wife. You know what I'm saying? Love you, babe. Shout out to everybody support us. Shout out to my man, Blog, Blessed Child, who sponsored the Blog Talk Radio, Stretched Out Radio. And shout out to everybody that watched all the shows and support everything we do. And everybody that came through the comedy show last week. I mean, did 2 shows in one night. I mean, we sold out the first show. Second show was almost sold out. And it was a successful. It was a successful year for the comedy show.
Nice.
Look forward to seeing y'all next year. Look forward to working with y'all, lovely ladies in the future. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And look forward to meeting you one day personally.
person.
She'll be here Saturday.
I plan on cleaning my basement Saturday. You want to come by and help me? Then
What happened was
we celebrating her mother's birthday, so we
Okay,
I went to sleep.
Happy birthday to
I
Mom.
went to sleep too. I can't look at everything. I'm sorry.
Go grab this thing. I can imagine how it is. I already know how it is.